Hello, welcome back to round number 3. Um, we are on the draw again. Yeah. And I'm just waiting for my opponent to appear. Um, let's talk about the first two rounds. In the first round, I lost against, in fact, 2-1. And in round 2, I won against Burn 2-0. Just change the event. It's round 3. Against Infect it was really close, but he just got all his sideboard cards, or at least a bunch of them, and was able to kill us with creatures. He had just enough creatures, and we didn't draw enough burn spells, and also drew too much lands in the third game. But Infect is definitely winnable, but I think it's like 50-50, so the die roll is really important against Infect. What else? Just won against Burn with Hello. Also, it wouldn't matter, we had also a Lightning Bolt, so even without the sideboard cards, we could win the second match, the second game. To sum it up, I think Burn is slightly in our favor. We have Nakatl, we have Tarmogoyf. If we can keep them on board, we have a bunch of pressure. Oh, this hand is awkward. We have Wild Nakatl and Smiter, but we also have 5 lands, which is a bit too much, no? But we are on the draw. So if you go down to 6 cards, we might have 4 lands and 2 creatures again, or we have 3/3. So but all we need is 4 lands, so we don't need more than 4. So if we mulligan, we could have a better hand, but I also like the Nakatl. Turn 1 Nakatl is always great, so I will try it. It's also a valid choice if you would say, let's take a mulligan here. Okay, we are against Affinity. Another land. Our draws today are not great, or my draws. So just play the Nakatl. If he is Edge Champion, it would be really awkward. I also wanted to add a Fracturing Gust to my sideboard, which this was great draw. Now I'm taking 2 damage from the Sacred Foundry. It would also be possible to just fetch for a mountain and deal 1 less damage to him. So he would take 2 less damage, but he also would take 1 less damage. Okay. If you don't draw a Pride match, we can't raise this. You just gain 6 life every turn. Yeah, it's a great hand, and we kept a bad hand, so next turn he can. I'm just playing this and attack for 3. But I don't think we can win this anymore. Now he just attacks us for 7 damage. Even if we can get rid of the cranial plating, there's not much I can do. Just want to see what I draw. I can remove the plating, but he still is able to attack us for lethal with all his creatures. So this was a fast first game. We have against Affinity, I'm bringing in Stony Silence. I'm also bringing in Bonfire. Oh, I have Fracturing Gust, so I just didn't have the Thundermaw. So yeah, this is what I want to bring in. 2 Stony Silence, 3 Bonfire, 1 Fracturing Gust. I take out Scavenging Ooze. Alright, he might be okay if he has Arcbound Ravager, but can be too slow. Chandra might be fine because it can kill a lot of the 1 toughness creatures unless he has Arcbound Ravager or Steel Overseer, but he also could have Master of Ethereum, which would make Chandra bad, so I'm taking her out. She's also slow in this matchup. And I'm bringing in 2 Smiter. Yeah. I just keep 1 Scavenging Ooze in. If he has something like Arcbound Ravager, we have a chance to abuse him. Also, it's another 2-drop. So, which helps us to survive long enough to cast Fracturing Gust. So, let's see what we get. I want to play first. What happened here? I didn't set to keep it. Okay. I just clicked OK on the play first twice because I thought it would be a lag in the game, so I don't know why we kept this hand right now, but it's okay. We have Noble Hierarch, we have Fracturing Gust and 2 Lightning Bolts, so Lightning Bolt should help us to survive long enough to cast Fracturing Gust. We only need 1 more land to cast it on turn 4 if he doesn't bolt Hierarch. Now we need to decide if we want to fetch for Stomping Ground to have double Lightning Bolt open next turn, or to fetch for Forest. It's here I would fetch for Stomping Ground because if we want to play double Lightning Bolt, we have the option, and also we don't need to play Sacred Foundry untapped next turn if he doesn't want to double play Lightning Bolt. So it's great to have the red source right now. My opponent takes a mulligan to 6, now to 5, keeps his hand. So I'm fetching for Stomping Ground, yes. My opponent might think we were on Little Zoo because we only played Nakatl and Tamagotchi, so, and a bunch of lands and Lightning Bolt, so now he knows that we are on Big Zoo. I don't know what he is doing right now. He plays a bit slow, which is awkward to see. So now he plays Volt Scourge. We might bolt him right now, so he can't drop Springleaf Drum and get more mana. We also could wait to cast Fracturing Gust, but let's just see what we draw now. Another card which I tried at the weekend in Utrecht was Dromokas Command. Unfortunately, I didn't draw it, and I also played it as a one-off in the sideboard. It might be a valid choice to cut one Pride Mage and add one Dromokas Command in the main deck to get rid of enchantments, and really versatile. Also in the sideboard, great card against enchantment, burn, other decks. But you need a creature to really get card advantage, or to really need use all the abilities. So I wouldn't play too much of Dromokas Command with Company in the same deck. Also, Chandra is a valid option, and if you play Chandra, you don't need that much creatures, because you don't search for them with Command. Collected Company, I mean. So there are different ways to build the deck. The base is the same, but some choices like Collected Company, Chandra, and so on can be adjusted to your meta calls, or what you like to play. They fulfill a bit different roles. So Chandra is great against Junt, because they can't kill it that easily. They don't play Lingering Souls, and also Chandra is able to kill Dark Confident and their card advantage machine. So if Junt becomes more popular and Abzan becomes less played, so Chandra could be the right way to play over Collected Company. Also, if you play Chandra main deck, you have the chance to play Inkmoth Nexus, not Inkmoth Nexus, to play Gravedigger's Cage. If you play Chandra main deck and not Collected Company, you have the chance to play Gravedigger's Cage in the sideboard against Snapcaster based strategies, Gifts Ungiven, and of course against Abzan Company. So if Abzan Company becomes popular and Junt and the normal Abzan becomes less popular, also if Company becomes popular, Gravedigger's Cage would be a great card, and Chandra. So I might change it, change the deck a bit in the next weeks if something like this happens. So with Big Zoo, you always should keep an eye on the meta, so you can adjust your sideboard and some main deck cards right to it, and to improve your chance to win more games. I don't know why my opponent is playing so slow. He takes like 5 minutes to just play Dark Steel, Citadel and Volscourge. Maybe he's double queuing, which is really awkward for you to watch. I'm sorry for this. I also could just pause every time he doesn't do anything, but then I don't know when he is coming back, so there would be a lot of cuts maybe in the video. I don't know if you prefer that over this. You also might just play forward to his next action in the video. So let me just know which kind of action you would prefer. So we already have all 5 mana source, unless he just kills the Noble Hierarch. But Fracturing Gust is really great against Affinity. So now I'm just talking a bit more about my cards, until he will do something. So why I'm choosing Fracturing Gust over something like Crippling Corrosion or Shatterstorm. The reason is that first of all, it's more versatile. You can play it against Boggles and Affinity. The disadvantage is that it needs 1 more mana, and unlike Shatterstorm, you can't play it against Blood Moon, or it's harder to play it against Blood Moon. I will bolt it right now so he don't has the option to play something like Springleaf Drum Mage have more mana available. Also against Affinity I would prefer Shatterstorm over Crippling Corrosion because they can't be regenerated, and some of the Affinity players are playing cards like Welding Jar, which can regenerate an artifact. But double red is harder to cast for us than double green, so if you don't expect Welding Jar, I would play Creeping Corrosion. It's the reason why I'm playing Fracturing Gust. Sometimes it comes down too late because Affinity is just too fast, or you just don't get the 5th mana, but it can happen that you kill all the artifacts and he has something like Blinkmoth Nexus and is able to deal the last point of damage to you the next turn. Whereas Fracturing Gust gains you a ton of life, or at least a couple of life, and it's much harder to come back for Affinity if you gain a couple of life points and also destroy all artifacts. If they have something like Blinkmoth Nexus and you're down to 2 or 3 life, they could easily kill you, but if you go up to 7, 8, 9, 10 life, it's should be game. Also it's an instant and not a sorcery, which helps to kill cards like Inkmoth Nexus when they activate it and attack you. So those are the reasons why I'm playing Fracturing Gust over Shatterstorm. Right now I played the Noble Hierarch, not the Pride Mage to have a clock, and also I want to kill all his artifacts next turn with Fraction Gust. So now he can deal 3 infect to me. I didn't use the Pride Mage to kill some of his guys or the Ingmos Nexus because I want to kill it next turn. So there's a chance that he gets Spell Pierce or Spell Snare, which would be really awkward if he loses to that against with Fraction Gust. So there might be a good reason to play Fraction Gust right now, but I want to get rid of his Inkmoth Nexus as well. So let's see what he's going to play. He also has Steel Overseer, which means he's playing something first. So what do he he might have something like Galvanic Blast. It would be really awkward to lose to Spell Pierce right now. I hope that he would play, if he would have a creature, he would play it before he attacks. So what could he have? If he has a creature, he would play it before he attacks. If he has something like, I'm just go for it. So I'm going to cast it for green, green, white, green, green, white. Okay, so now I was at 30, now I'm at 25. He loses all his cards, also the Inkmoth Nexus, and I won the game. We might have Spell Pierce or Spell Snare or something. No, Spell Spell doesn't have help against, but Spell Pierce or Dispel in his hand. If he got a creature, he would play it. So we just keep this. So now we are at game 3. So this hand is awkward again. My opponent is keeping his hand, so we have Bonfire, but we can cast it on turn 3 for 1, which should be too late. I take a mulligan because we have already 4 lands and Bonfire, which is just bad against Affinity. So now this is even worse. We have Fracturing Gust, but we only have 1 land, and we have another Bonfire again, so mulligan to 5. It keeps worse, so yeah, we just should keep the first hand. I hate stuff like this. So now we lose this just because we don't draw any lands. So we don't have any hate cards. He has already Arcbound Ravager. Yes, Welding Jar to protect it. We really need. He has already his Edge Champion. Not much we can do right now. Just play lands and pass the turn. We got all our 3 drops and 4 drops, which is really awkward. We have a lot of removal, Stony Silence, and a couple of great cards against Affinity, and we just get bad hands. So yeah, things like this happen. So this will be the last round. I will drop afterwards to eat, and maybe I will do another daily today. I don't know if I record it. But this one wasn't that great. We have a small chance to draw Fraction Gust. So now I'm playing Knight to have 5 mana available next turn. So if we draw Fraction Gust, we are back in the game. But it might be our only out. He could sacrifice in response a lot of artifacts, put it all on one card. So also we have the chance that our opponent is messing up. So now he's 6/6, 7/7. I don't know why he's doing that. Okay, he wants to. Yeah, he just can kill us like this. So let's see what we would get. Now we get the lands. So sometimes you can't play Magic. You just need to wait until you're dead, like this one, where we took a mulligan to 5 to just get worse and worse hands. I don't want to take a mulligan down to 4. Maybe I should do it, but the chance to win a hand with only 4 cards is really, really low. So the reason why I kept the 5-hander, 5 cards hand. Yeah, thank you for watching. Unfortunately, I don't want to play the round 4 because I'm already out of prizes, so there's no reason for me to do that right now. Yeah. See you in the next daily, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So see ya.